And that looks nothing short of awesome. That looks absolutely magnificent. That's a view of the ground here at the beautiful St. George's Cricket Ground in St. George's, Grenada, that boasts of home of the cricketers as Junior Murray, Roy Lewis and Devon Smith, all having stands and the Players Pavilion named in their honor, and also the home of Andre Fletcher, the hard-hitting Andre Fletcher, right here in beautiful St. George's, Grenada. Thanks a lot to them for their contribution. Hi and good day, everybody, and welcome to the penultimate day in the first round of competition in the Spice Isle Dream 11 T10 tournament. My name is Jason Skeet. With me is Clyde Rondell John and also Kerry Frank is down on the ground, and we're going to go there for the toss right now.
It is toss time for a very important matchup in the tournament, match number 21. Both teams, their final match in the tournament, and they sit towards the bottom end of the table. A victory is important for the Saffron Strikers, who would eliminate both Ginger Generals and the Cinnamon Pacers. A victory for the Cinnamon Pacers means that Saffron Strikers, they will be sitting on a bubble waiting for the result tomorrow. We have with us the match referee, Mr. Norman Gilbert, and our two captains, Desmond Maloney of the Cinnamon Pacers and Daryl Cyrus of the Saffron Strikers. Mr. Match referee, over to you. Maloney has the coin. The call is for a tail, and it is a tail. Saffron Strikers has won the toss. Daryl, probably the most important match for the Saffron Strikers in the tournament. What will be the decision of the Strikers?
We'll have a bowl first.
You would have had a very good result yesterday, putting back yourself into contention. Now it's all in your hands.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a matter of getting a win today. We play this game today as a final, so yeah, all the best to us today.
I must be pleased with the performance of your batters in that first inning yesterday.
Yeah, definitely, and I just hope that they would follow it up today with another good performance for the bat.
Coming up against the Cinnamon Pacers, who has a very thin entry point into the top four, how fearful are you of that outfit?
We're treating each team evenly, so it's just a matter of going out there and get a result.
All right, so Daryl, all the best to you and Saffron for this encounter and the rest of the tournament.
All right, thanks.
Desmond Maloney, as I said, it's a very thin entry into the top four, but I'm sure you don't want to play spoilers at this stage of the tournament.
Yeah, it's a very thin entry. We're just looking to see if we could get back to our winning ways and have a win today.
Batting first, you know you have struggled a bit in the tournament batting first. What do you think you'd have to get right today as a team?
Our top three have been really struggling, except for Nick Ozzy. That have been our problem with the batting in the past games. So we're looking to try capitalizing the power play, and hopefully we can cash in on the back end also.
Someone there who tried to get your attention, Ryan John. I know you probably want to play Seni Momoli with you also.
Yeah, it's the plan. We're looking to finish strong. Hopefully we can take down Saffron Strikers today with us.
All right, well, there's all the best to you and Cinnamon Pacers in this encounter.
All right, thank you very much.
Oh, and also we want to say I believe it's happy birthday to Maloney, so I'm sure that the Pacers would want to make it a very happy birthday for you.
All right, thank you much.
All right then. So that was the views of the captains, reminding you that the Saffron Strikers won the toss and they've elected to bowl first.
Well, and there you heard it, the news from the ground, and we should have some really exciting cricket today, Desron. The news is that the way the table is now, it's very dicey coming into the last 2 days of the first round of the competition. The Cinnamon Pacers and the Saffron Strikers are going head-to-head today, but the Saffron Strikers in a must-win situation if they want to secure a spot or attempt to secure a spot into the Final Four.
Yeah, definitely. They need a win. It's a really important fixture for them. They will want to make sure that at least today they get all facets of their game, at its peak, just to ensure that there's no doubt of them, having that chance to really get to the business end of the tournament and maybe come up with the goods at the end of the tournament.
Yeah, well, it's their final game. They're playing the Cinnamon Pacers, and then later on today, the Nutmeg Warriors will play the Clove Challengers. The Clove Challengers, they too in a very dicey position because they've got 2 games remaining, but against 2 of the top teams in the competition. The Nutmeg Warriors, they're playing them today, and the Ginger Generals. Now, even though the Ginger Generals are down at not the very bottom, but they're down there on 5 points, a win from the Ginger Generals could cause a little upset because that will carry them to 7 points. The Clove Challengers on 6 points. Should the Clove Challengers lose today, that 6 points may not be good enough for them, especially if the Ginger Generals can win. So the Clove Challengers and the Saffron Strikers, really the two teams in must-win situations if they want to cement their place moving forward in this tournament.
Yeah, it makes for really exciting cricket to come. The teams, as they jostle, they would want to put on the best show so far just to make sure that they seal that spot.
All right, Rupert Hollis and Sean Manwaran, the two men in charge of the operations, heading out, and the Saffron Strikers will follow them. The Saffron Strikers, they won the toss. The Cinnamon Pacers are going to have a bat. Let's take a quick look at the teams at the rundown. Some minor changes today moving in. Let's start with the Saffron Strikers.
Well, the Saffron Strikers, they would be captained as usual by Daryl Cyrus. In would be Delaney Alexander, Gian Benjamin, Jamie Boddy is there, Kem Charles, Yusuf Jassat and Nikobi John would sit out today's game. Ryan John is there, Sherman Lewis, Anil Matthew, Stephen Netram, Javel St. Paul, and Raishon Williams.
All right, let's take a quick look at the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers again today being captained by Desron Maloney. Desron Maloney, by the way, celebrating his birthday today, so it would be a good thing for him to get among the runs and have a really good day of cricket all around generally. So Desron Maloney will lead the team today. Che Duncan, Larry Edward, Jelani George, Mahid Lambert, John Olive, Jade Matthew, Shondell Regis, Nkosi St. Hilaire, Jonathan Taylor, and Devon Tyson. Sitting out today is Kelton Kadu and Mika Narain. Those are the two out. Narain and Kadu are out. So we're seeing a lot of batting in this lineup here for the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers, they really want to get off. St. Hilaire can really hit it. He wants to make sure and get among the runs today. Che Duncan has been playing pretty decent cricket thereabout, but a lot will rest on Regis, St. Hilaire, Taylor, and Desron Maloney and Matthew. Their performances today as some of the top players in this squad should really will make the difference in this match for the Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, Cinnamon Pacers are just a bit unfortunate. I think they have some good, as you rightly called it, some really good players, but they're yet to really put in the performance that says, hey, we have that good bunch of players and we can win games.
All right. Well, here's what's happening. Larry Edward is heading out, and that looks like Nkosi St. Hilaire heading out with him. So Larry Edward and Nkosi St. Hilaire will open the batting for the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers, what kind of total you think they're looking at today coming up against these Saffron Strikers?
Well, I think that anything above 80, as we've seen, will always pose a problem. If they can get up to 100, then I think that would be a plus. They really need to look at the dot ball percentage and maybe try to rotate the strike. And definitely, I think they would get close to 100.
All right. Coming up from the River Road end for the Saffron Strikers. The man, of course, with the red shoe. He's been known to be carrying and sporting his red shoe, Kem Charles. He's been identified by his fancy colored shoes and shades. So Kem Charles will open the bowling for the Saffron Strikers. It's cricket, lovely cricket. It's 12 o'clock, spot on, and we are on the way. And immediately, he's bang on target. Kem Charles, always operating there at thereabout. Doesn't give much room to the batsman at all. He's a pretty tidy bowler. A chance going down there, it seems. And it will race out to the boundary. So just beating the first slip. And that looks like Ryan John, who is there at slip. And a cracking 4. Second delivery of the inning. So a chance going down there. Just butterfingers of Ryan John, really, not holding on to it, Clyde.
Yeah, I think that one seems to have pitched and hit something out there. As we look at it, it's wide, and I think it came off the keeper gloves.
Okay. Well, this time he's over the infield, and it would race out to the third man for 4. So this gentleman here, Nkosi St. Hilaire, operating in 4s. So we've got 5 wides that came off that last delivery, didn't come off the bat at all. And now St. Hilaire lifting it over the infield on the offside for a power 8, cracking 4.
Yeah, good start for him. Always an aggressive player, always ready to, put bat to ball. And today, I think he would be in that zone where he will want to make sure that he secures some good runs that his team could get up to a total that they can defend.
Keep going, Skitty.
Peeling off the outside edge. This could be danger here early in the first over. And he takes an awesome catch. That's magnificent. It peeled off the outside edge and it spooned up into the air. And some really good cricket here. Magnificent catch. He traveled about a mile to get that.
Yeah, that really awesome catch. I think there he had to run. It went pretty high. A nice steepler, but he did all that he had to do. He ran some 30 yards just to make sure that he covered the ground, got under it, and not really, we wouldn't say he was in the best position, putting in the dive just to make sure that he cushioned his fall. Really awesome catch. Good strike for Kem Charles. Again, we talk about Kem. He was the leading wicket taker last season and now getting into his own, you know.
Well, the first wicket down for the Cinnamon Pacers. They much to their disappointment, I'm quite sure. And the Cinnamon Pacers, now Desron Maloney, the man leading the team, will go in and try to lead from the front. He's brought himself up a notch or two. And so Desron Maloney coming into the attack. As you mentioned, leading bowlers. Richard Rogers still out there with 11 wickets, leading all wicket takers so far in the tournament, and Lyndon Lawrence with 227 runs, leading all the batting.
Yeah, the bowlers seem to be having a good outing this season.
Desron Maloney is at the wicket. He's there because Nkosi Saintele was caught by Netram of the bowling of Charles for 4, 9 for 1. Very watchful. There's something happening outside the line of the right-hander. Something the bowler is seeing. He's just penalized by the umpire for a wide. But he's pitching outside there consistently. Again, he's been called for a wide, but he picked up a wicket outside there. So there's something there. Maybe there's a bit of rough somewhere there outside the right-hander. We're going to take a look at it maybe during the interval.
Yeah, I think the tactic is really ask the batsman to go across, get his balance off. The wider you pitch, less balance, the easier for him to spoon it.
It's a better line.
He's also getting a bit of turn.
Tidy over. Just the 4 wides and the boundary coming off of it. Just dabbed it through the offside. Gentle dab for a single.
Yeah, good over there. Despite losing the wicket of Saint-Hilaire, I think that was a pretty good over. They were going at 12 and over, and from here that could give them 120, Jason.
Well, let's see how that goes. So after 1, the Cinnamon Pacers are 12 for 1. The Cinnamon Pacers really down at the bottom of the table, and it doesn't matter. The result of this match will not see them going into the final 4, but they would want to pick up a win nonetheless. It would do good for their confidence. The Saffron Strikers, on the other hand, in a must-win situation. They've got Ryan John now with the ball operating from the Darbo end. Dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's in the field, Ryan John. And immediately he will be penalized by the umpire, going down leg. Never a wise move.
Yeah, the strikers, they would want to be a bit disciplined You have a stranglehold on the pieces who seem to be struggling with their batting. And, I mean, you want to make sure and capitalize. Don't give them anything that, you know, they don't deserve or they don't want to work for.
This time he's excessively wayward. Surely the umpire would have loved to spread his arms twice or three times there. Ryan John moving further and further away.
Yeah, and definitely just helping the run rate of the of the Saffron, the cinnamon pacers. It means that less risk to be taken. So he would want to tighten up on this and make sure he continue to build the pressure. Ask the batsman a lot of questions and make sure that they can respond.
He was really lucky there to get away with that one, Ryan John. Was really lucky there. So his first legal delivery after 3 tries and causing the extras column to be activated on 2 of those 3 occasions.
Yeah, good fast delivery, but again, he wants to make sure that, you know, he gets the batsman to play. There was no need for Maloney to play at that.
He's smacked away nice and clean and crisp. A great shot there from Desron Maloney. Really, the birthday boy has come into his own early here. A fantastic cut shot through the offside. It raced away for a power 8 cracking 4.
Yeah, being able to reach and latch onto that one wide enough. All he needed to do was to get it into the gap, and he did expertly on the ground. It raced across the outfield. Again, good shot by Maloney.
Some lift there. Good comeback from Ryan John, getting some lift off the turf.
Yeah. Really dangerous delivery.
Maloney losing his weapon in the process. You want to hold on to your weapon when you're going into battle. Can't afford for that to be slipping out your hands. 9.5 out of 10, it comes back to haunt you.
Yep, definitely. We want to make sure he holds that weapon securely.
Tantalizing delivery outside the off stump, and Maloney was drawn to it and then changed his mind at the very last second.
Yeah, good delivery, good area. A pretty quick delivery also. So just testing Maloney, looking at his patience. He might have been tempted to go after it.
Another tempting delivery outside the off stump. Maloney resisting, thinking about it, but resisting, at least for the moment. Ryan John has completed 5 legal deliveries.
Yeah, he could have, I mean, the field is up, so to me it's not really a risky shot. Once you get connection and you can get it over the infield, you have runs. So he will want to capitalize on these wide deliveries.
This time he picks it up. Will it travel? Yes, it does, but it travels just a short mid-wicket that runs around and takes a regulation catch. So disappointment there for Desron Maloney, the one that came in a little bit closer to him. He tried to pull it into the onside, and it was a regulation catch there. And Charles picking up the catch, Ryan John picking up the wicket. And that's the story. The Cinnamon Pacers are 18 for 2.
Yeah, again, big blow for the Cinnamon Pacers. Maloney can strike it. Again, you have 5 deliveries where you didn't really go after it. I think you just make sure you get down, get a single, get off the strike, live another day. But unfortunately, he goes.
Well, the Saffron strikers would really want to make sure and stamp their authority here. And they've got a lot of batting. And they would love to get among the runs to make sure that they cement themselves, especially if they were to win this game going into the Final Four. But they've got a long way to go for that. Their main focus right now will be to limit these Cinnamon Pacers as best as they can. Just losing their wicket, the birthday boy Desron Maloney caught Charles at mid-wicket off the bowling of Ryan John for 5. He was there for 9 deliveries, and he really received some tempting ones. Che Duncan comes into the wicket now for Cinnamon. And immediately, the story continues. Immediately, he didn't last as long as Williamson Fire. He just came and just pushed it right back to the keeper and say, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, pretty ordinary dismissal there. Edward looking to just push it back along the turf, taking a little bounce, but he was in no position to really keep it down, neither in a position to get it over the bowler's head, and just perishing pretty soft.
Che Duncan is in. He came there. Larry Edwards had the strike because it was the end of the over, and it was nothing short of elementary catching practice you see at the warm-up. Very disappointing stuff here now from the Cinnamon Pacers. They are up against the gun. Look at the score, 18 for 3.
Yeah, it's really a bit disappointing to see them lose their wickets like this. You know, you expect them to at least push the Cinnamon Pacers, because the Pacers know that it's a game that they must win. So you want to make sure that you really challenge them. If you're gonna go down, you gotta go down fighting.
Of course, you could not have said it better, Rondell. You've got to put up a fight. Jade Matthew now comes to the wicket. Scorecard looking like a local telephone number for the Cinnamon Pacers, 40500. Let's see what other 2 digits might be added. Oh, he's beaten him outside the off stump. Immediately, Kem beats Jade Matthew comprehensively outside the off stump. This Kem Charles is a handful. Thugged him through the onside for a single.
Yeah, Jade really not having much time in the middle as a batsman, you know. So definitely he will want to make sure that he gets an opportunity. It's early days still. It's just the third over. Maybe he can stick around and really, build a nice little partnership with Duncan.
Well, Kem Charles is bowling with a strap, really, because he's beating everyone outside the off stump there. This one will race out to the boundary, just barely pulling it back in. Some really acrobatic work down in the deep down there. Fantastic fielding, and these Saffron strikers are really looking businesslike today. It was a good shot. It was really heading to the boundary. We all thought that it was going to be 4, but some really acrobatic and energetic work down in the deep.
Yeah, Cyrus committing all the way, saving 2 runs for his team.
This could be dangerous here, just over the infield, and 1, then 2, and only 2 there will be. But some good work out there in the deep, rifling the return. These Saffron strikers understand the nature of what is before them. So far, they've got the Cinnamon Pacers under pressure. At the end of over number 3, they are 23 for 3.
Yeah, again, I'm committing to the game, ensuring I think they understand what is necessary. And if they're going to really challenge the top 4, they need to put in big performances. And you've seen the way they started, really good start. So one will just hope that they can keep that intensity and maybe just topple over the Cinnamon Pacers for something under 50.
Well, under normal circumstances, we'd hear the vociferous presence of Gian Benjamin, who is behind the stump for the Saffron strikers. He's been rather quiet this morning. That's it. That's the story. More drama here at the National Stadium. The Cinnamon Pacers are in real trouble now because Jade Matthew has been bowled by Delaney Alexander. Didn't even get the opportunity to introduce Alexander. And Jade Matthew head in the air, playing all over and around it. And it was nowhere near. So the Cinnamon Pacers continue to crumble. They're 23 for 4.
Yeah, definitely in no position, nowhere close to that delivery. Looking to get after him. Yes, it's the final over of the power play. You want to maximize, but you have to make sure that you get next to the ball, get close enough that you can swing that bat through. Good intention, hitting straight, but again, you have to make sure that you get the line of the delivery. That one just beating him on the inside edge and going. He goes for no score.
Nope.
So again, the number, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, his left foot was never to the pitch of the ball. And Delaney Alexander, picking up another wicket. So, more drama here for these Cinnamon Pacers. They're crumbling 23 for 4. They would want to put their heads down and at least make a match out of this. They're at the bottom of the table. They have not played terrible cricket at all, these Cinnamon Pacers. It's just that at times they just never really carried on. They've had some close finishes, ending up on the losing end. Oh, again, that's a dangerous delivery from Alexander.
Yeah, very, very dangerous delivery. It's pitched, on the line of the stumps and just cramping Lambert for room. Lambert trying to force it through the offside.
This could be danger here, just in front of the man at extra cover. Wow, I mean, they're really fighting to get out, these Cinnamon Pacers, playing a lot of shots that are not there.
Yeah, it seems like the mindset is just, hey, we got to hit or miss. We're at the bottom already and it doesn't matter, but they need to play good cricket.
This one is straight back past the bowler. Wouldn't get to the boundary. And he's going to be run out now. It looks like, oh no. The call was 2. And what should have been a really quick 2 turned into be a wicket going down.
Yeah, again, Jason, as like you said, they look as a team that is just really willing to get out. They don't really want to be out in the middle. I think they're just doing everything they can to get out. So there we have the telephone number, Jason.
Che Duncan really should have been sprinting back down to the striker's end. But in other words, he was heading down to the striker's end. But Lambert deciding to hold his ground, not move. It could have possibly been a good 2.
Well, again, it is disappointing to see because you teach youngsters in the game of cricket, you run the first one hard. They didn't do that. They jogged through, and then when they saw that the opportunity was there for 2, they wondered about it. You can't wonder. This is T10. Is either you're going for 2 or you're not.
A good shot out in the deep. It will clear the boundary. So a power 8 maximum. The first power 8 maximum by John Olive. John Olive's getting under it and swinging for the fences and going over a wideish. No, it's not John Olive. It's Mahid Lambert. Yeah, so the first power 8 maximum coming up. 405-5170. You might think that's a local telephone number, but it's the scorecard for the Cinnamon Pacers. 405-5170.
Yep, there we have it. Really, they need to really look to capitalize. I think they need to a partnership here of maybe a good 30, 40 runs. Try to make sure that they get as close to 100 as possible. And that's the thing for me with the Cinnamon Pacers. They lose quick wickets, but they always seem to have a pretty good start.
Well, ain't nothing pretty and good about this start that they've had, because at the end of the power play, there are 31 runs on the board, but 31 for 5. Ryshawn Williams will now come. Is it Ryshawn Williams?
No, it seems to be a change. It's Daryl Cyrus, the captain.
Oh, so Daryl Cyrus has decided now he will lead from the front. He has inserted himself into the attack. Yeah, they were looking at
Yeah, I think he recognizes the spin is working.
All right, well, their tails are up now, these Saffron strikers. Played square on the offside. It's just one.
Yeah, somebody has to raise their hands and ensure that they get some runs and spend some time out in the middle. Pressure is on.
So these cinnamon pieces have been placed in a brand new pressure cooker here, really. The Saffron strikers not letting up at all. This could be danger here. They've got to hurry. Gian Benjamin takes a clean. And just inside. Some good running there by the cinnamon pieces. Good quick single.
Yeah, Olive was quick to respond, and by the time the call came through, he was already halfway up, looking to make sure he got there.
Another quick single. Safe. So Daryl Cyrus has been spot on. Just 3 runs coming off his over so far. He's got 1 legal delivery remaining. The Cinnamon Pacers are 34 for 5, looking to put some much needed runs on the board. He's back to the captain, and that's it. That's it. That's the story. Striking it straight back to Daryl Cyrus, and Mahid Lambert goes. So more drama here for these Cinnamon Pacers. It was a brutal strike, but Daryl Cyrus cupped it really nicely and picking up the catch. So the Cinnamon Pacers continue to go down at the end of 5. They are 34 for 6.
Yeah, pretty quick delivery, and really couldn't get back quick enough. It would have been more advised that he dabbed that one, maybe through the region there, look for the gap instead of trying to really whack it back to the bowler. There's no chance that he can get enough power and generate enough bat swing to get it over the Cyrus there, losing his wicket pretty simply.
Well, Shondil Regis has been called upon to try and put some total of respectability on the board.
Yeah, we just haven't had a good tournament. This Spicer T10 third edition coming out there, I can imagine he will want to go for broke and make sure that he puts some pressure onto the Cinnamon Pacers, onto the Saffron Strikers.
Alexander is bang on target, his second of 2 overs. And John Olive just turning him. $35 for 6. Representing what might very well be the lowest total in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. A lot would depend on Regis and Oliver there if they're really going to get a good total.
Yeah, with respectability, respect and manners, he comes forward nicely in the approved manner. This Shondil Regis.
Yeah, I think he needs some time in the wicket, and looking at how he played that one.
It's a good single. So some good communications now be between these batsmen.
Yeah, and this is something that we didn't see from him, just getting inside and, turning it around, as we keep saying there are singles on offer.
He's going with him, and just the one into the onside.
Yeah, important that the dot balls, they don't rack up too many, but already they've racked up quite a few.
Tempting outside the off stump, Delaney Alexander. Tempting Shondell Regis. Go at it if you want. Again, the more drama. He tempted him the first time, and he said, I'm going to put him a little closer. And Shondell Regis was looking to go somewhere outside of the stadium, probably as close to the Wesley College ground, but only succeeded in getting his off stump pegged back. And you saw it, and that's the story. 37 for 7 are these Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, again, ill-advised shot by Regis. One thought he would have really capitalized on the fact that you have more or less 4 overs remaining. Get some time in the middle. You haven't had a good tournament. I think the Pacers, they were depending on him throughout the tournament to really give them some good starts and good scores. But again, it's pretty disappointing to see the way he goes.
So the Saffron strikers continue with their dominance.
Yeah, they have a real stranglehold on the Cinnamon Pacers.
Daryl Cyrus has employed the services of Ryan John in first slip.
Let me squeeze, man. Let me squeeze, fellas. Right through. Go along.
Again, he's right there. John Olive just going straight back. He's probably looking for the cotton bowl again, Daryl Cyrus. The shout goes up, their finger goes up, and John Olive walks back. That's the story again. Another twist in the tail. The Cinnamon Pacers are 37 for 8. They're really giving it away cheaply here now.
Yeah, I think the vice grip is on the Cinnamon Pacers. The Saffron strikers really have them tied up, and they cannot respond to the spin. We're yet to see Sherman Lewis. The spin just seemed to be really disturbing the Cinnamon Pacers, and the thing that baffles me is that there isn't much turn.
Wow. 37 for 8, the Cinnamon Pacers. And Jelani George will come out to the wicket. Jonathan Taylor is there. He's on naught. And the batting card for the Cinnamon Pacers, 405-5184-100. So they really need to put some respectability to the total here. Jelani George comes out to join Jonathan Taylor. The Cinnamon Pacers are 37 for 8. In the meantime, Daryl Cyrus has 4 legal deliveries, but he has already picked up 2 wickets.
The whole camp sick, man. Huh? The whole camp sick, man.
Yeah, pressure over there, Jason. Pressure is on.
It's Gian Benjamin. He's like a toothpick, a Q-tip in the air of these batsmen.
Just one, buddy. Back it up.
He's trash talking the batsmen like crazy outside there. This Gian Benjamin.
Yeah, and I think he's really succeeding. The batsmen seem to be really not focused on what their job is.
Dominicans are known for their trash talk. And Gian Benjamin is living up to the expectation, of course. Forward, well played by Jonathan Taylor. Anxious moments there at the wicket.
I think they're really enjoying themselves out there. They love to see the pressure that they have, the cinnamon pieces under.
Come on.
Indecision there. Taylor was looking to head off for the single. Surely it would have been suicidal. That's the end of over number 7, 38 for 8. The Cinnamon Pacers take the opportunity also to say good morning to Kimara. Kimara is a radio personality from out of Dominica, and she's enjoying the cricket on the commentary here in beautiful Spice Country, Grenada. And I'm quite sure that from the look of things, she might be a supporter of the Saffron Strikers. Her countryman is there, Gian Benjamin.
Yeah, Saffron really doing well today. They have a good outing. The energies are up, the tails are up, the pressure is on. They're strangling the Cinnamon Pacers are really not letting up.
Ryshawn Williams has been called into the attack now from the Darbo end. And immediately he's on target, just grazing the atmosphere outside the off stump. And the batsman beaten, Jelani Alexander, clueless on that delivery.
Yeah, George again, not really getting much time. I'm just asking them to take some time.
Call, quick single, good batting. Even if it is... they're doing it in spurts, really, these Cinnamon Pacers, and they're much better than this total. It's a team that's much better than this total, just having a bad day and really crumbling under the pressure of the Saffron Strikers, but they're a much better team than 39 for 8.
Yeah, they need to really, just look to remain on their bat or the remaining overs. Whatever they get, they go work with it.
Wait.
In the meantime, if you look at the field there, you'd realize that the captain, Daryl Cyrus, has brought in the field a lot. So there are about 5 on the edge of the circle. There's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 inside the circle. So Daryl Cyrus applying the pressure on these Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, once the field is in, it's difficult for them to really rotate the strike. They have to make sure they get good connection to clear the infield, and once they don't, they would lose their wicket again.
Again, peeling off the outside edge, it will roll into the boundary, down to the Power Aid advertising board. And they get a Power Aid cracking 4. Not really cracking. It was just lifted and guided. More so the pace of the ball doing most of the work. But 4 runs is 4 runs, and they would love more of that, these Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, George will be happy there to see that one race into the boundary. Has not had much of a bat in this tournament.
Runs have been far and few between for these Cinnamon Pacers. At the end of 8, they are 44 for 8. Jelani George is on 6 and Jonathan Taylor on 1. The Cinnamon Pacers up against it from these Saffron Strikers.
Yeah, they just need to really push on, try to make sure that they get, as respectable a total as possible, not really get bowled out in 10 overs. It would really not be a good read on the scorecard if they were to get bowled out in a T10.
So now we're seeing some probable piece being employed by Daryl Cyrus. He's called upon Jamie Buddy to run in from the River Road end.
Yeah, piece on the ball. It's really likely that the edges may come, so definitely they will want to make sure that they, look at that. Try to really keep the stranglehold that the spinners have had runs tend to be leaked. It's easier for the batsmen to be able to guide the ball away. So definitely they would want to make sure that the few overs of pace really doesn't go for too much.
Well, they've got only 2 wickets remaining, these Cinnamon Pacers. And so Daryl Cyrus has decided to go with Jamie Buddy, asking him to run in hard and try and put some effort into it and greet these batsmen with the white ball. Immediately is looking to play this one out in the deep, but only reaching to a very short mid-wicket. And
Going, buddy. Keep going, buddy.
Jonathan Taylor moves on to 2. The score 45 for 8.
Yeah, Cinnamon Saffron strikers just showing, the versatility that they have, the depth that they have. Buddy now coming in, you still have Sherman Lewis, who has not bowled as yet. St. Paul has not been given an opportunity. So they definitely have some depth and showing it today.
That's an ill-advised stroke there by Jelani George. There's no need to fend at the delivery all the way outside there. It's a get-out shot.
Yeah, these guys need to really maybe approach the next few overs as a net session where you just do what the basics.
Yeah.
This time he's playing a much better stroke with a ball that's closer to him. Ryan John does the tidy work down on third man. Just 1. Jamie Buddy running in hard. Dot ball.
Yeah, again, the batsman looking to swing, but if he got inside and just looked to turn it, he definitely had some runs.
That's the second time he's looked to slap it somewhere other than where it should have been really going. As you rightfully say, just getting on the inside of the line of delivery and turning it. There's lots of acreage on the onside for runs. This is a time he was trying to turn it on the onside, but well taken, going down leg there by Benjamin. Benjamin leaping to his left and stopping what would have been a sure 4 runs, but just 1 coming off of it.
Well done, Jervin.
Yeah, again, good over by Buddy, really going through quickly and not much work to do by the fielders. The keeper, I think, the keeper and Buddy was the 2 main persons there. Pacers just really not looking at, trying to maximize deliveries. I think the swings and these are just get-out shots. They really need to, at this stage, it's last over. They would want to make sure that they get as much runs as possible. Avoid the dots.
Well, with 1 over remaining in the allotted 10, Ryshawn Williams will bowl the final over. And the Cinnamon Pacers are 47 for 8. This one balloons up into the air. Their feelers converging, and it just dropped short of the wicketkeeper, who traveled some distance to get it, and just dropping short. And the batsman survives. 48 for 8.
Yeah, trying to make sure that they don't cross the 50 by playing the get-out shots. Nowhere near what should have been. He's more advised to crash that through the offside.
This time he's trying to go through the offside. Just 1 on the edge of the circle, but not a convincing shot either.
Yeah, really not convincing. At least they would want to make sure that they stay there and get up to the 50-run mark.
$49 for 8. Ryshawn Williams, 8 runs off his overs so far. He's got 3 legal deliveries remaining. time he chips down the wicket and looking to send him mid-wicket, but only into the hands of a fielder that's lurking down on the outside there. It looks like Kem Charles, and that's the story. Kem Charles, is it Netram? It looks like Netram taking a pretty decent catch, and that's the end of it for the Cinnamon Pacers. They're now 49 for 9 with just the final batsman coming in. 49 for 9, and Devin Tyson strolls out.
Yeah, 49 for 9. Really not a total. The management of the Cinnamon Pacers would have sat and, maybe planned their plan. And this is not a total they really expected from a team with the batting prowess that, they have on paper. But as it stands now, it says that the Saffron Strikers have really put a good stranglehold on the Cinnamon Pacers. The spin really having them in this position, as we see only 2 overs of pace, 8 overs of spin.
Final 2 deliveries of this innings to be bowled by Ryshawn Williams. And Devin Tyson is adamant that he's not going to walk back out with a 0, so he immediately gets off the mark and leaves the final delivery to be faced by Jelani George. So wide delivery, surely.
For a moment there, I thought Ryshawn wanted to make sure that they cross 50. But it's 52.
Oh, they did. 52 for 9. And a really thick outside edge. Going down to third man. The chase is on. It's going to be close. And he went into like a pool, making sure to preserve his wicket. And they did complete the double. So the Cinnamon Pacers at the end of 10, 54 for 9.
Yeah, 54 for 9. Really not, again, not a total that, just thinking about it, your final game, a do or die for the other team, and you wanting to put them under pressure to make sure that, you upset what could be a Saffron Strikers, top 4 finish. And it just all finished really poorly. 52, 54, not really something that, they would be confident in defending. But let's hope they give it their all.
Well, this innings by the Cinnamon Pacers lasted only 42 minutes. Probably the shortest innings that we've had here in the T10 tournament this year, and probably the lowest total. We'll just check that for you. Our statisticians will give us the details on that, but I'm quite sure it's the lowest total so far. 54 for 9, the Cinnamon Pacers. The Saffron Strikers, of course, needing 55 to win in 10 overs. Now, let's take a quick look at the batting card for the Cinnamon Pacers. Nkosi St. Hilaire caught Stephen Netram, bowled Charles for 4. Larry Edwards caught and bowled Charles not. Desron Maloney caught Charles, bowled Ryan John 5. Che Duncan run out for 5. Jade Matthew bowled Alexander for 1, and Mahid Lambert caught and bowled by Cyrus for 8. John Olive leg before to Cyrus for 4, and Shondale Regis bowled by Alexander for 1. Jonathan Taylor caught Netram, both Williams for 4. Jelani George, he's not out on 8, and Devin Tyson not out on 3. That's the batting card for the Cinnamon Pacers. And in the bowling department, some wickets going down there in the bowling department. Kem Charles off his 2 overs, 17 runs, picking up 2 wickets. Ryan John picking up just 1 wicket for 6 runs off his 1 over. Delaney Alexander, 11 runs, picking up 2 wickets from his 2. Darryl Cyrus, 4 runs, 2 wickets from his 2. Ryshawn Williams picking up 1 wicket, just the 1 wicket for 13 runs off his 2 overs. And Jamie Buddy, no wicket, but 3 runs off his single over. The bowler with the best economy rate here, Darryl Cyrus, the captain, picking up 2 wickets for only 4 runs from his 2 overs. So some really good numbers there by Daryl Cyrus, and that's the bowling card for the Saffron Strikers. So at the end of it all, they lasted just about 42 minutes at the wicket. The Cinnamon Pacers, 54 for 9 in a must-win game for the Saffron Strikers. They would look to eclipse this total in quick time, because eclipsing this total in quick time will give them an advantage in the final column in the point standings net run rate. They want to try their very best to keep their heads down and get these 55 runs and get it in good style, good form, without losing a wicket, or maybe if they're going to lose a wicket, no more than 1 or 2 is recommended in a situation like this to keep their net run rate up where it should be, should they find themselves wanting.
Yeah, I want to agree with you there, Jason. It's very much something that they must keep in the back of their minds, because it is possible that Clove Challengers winning could bring that sort of result where the net run rate would come into play. If you have the Ginger Generals really upsetting, it may not really be necessary, but whatever it takes to make sure that they secure that spot, they need to do that.
Well, 55 is the target, and we will come back, and you can join us in just about 5 minutes or so when the umpires will be heading out, and the Saffron Strikers will be right behind them, trying to eclipse these runs. 55 required in 10. Join us in a few minutes when we come back for the chase here at the National Stadium in beautiful St. George's, Grenada.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Nutmeg Princess is very special to me because I think it's the first Grenadian fairy tale, so to speak. Growing up as a young boy and stuff, we never really had positive images of fairy tales where we can see a black princess or a black prince and stuff. So I really wanted the world to know that there is a black princess and she comes from Grenada. I mean, there are other stories of black princesses, but this one is a special one because it's a spicy princess called the Nutmeg Princess. So she's a really beautiful black girl, and she lives in one of the most exquisite places in Grenada called the Grand Etang Lake. And it's a lake that has no bottom, right? And the only way you can see the princess, even if you're outside on the sailing on the sun and beautiful blue Caribbean Sea, the only way you can see the princess is if you have a good heart. You must have a good heart. And sometimes you think you have a good heart, but you might not have a good heart. You might have to do little things to have a good heart. So to have a good heart, and then you will see her. And she will appear, and she's the most beautiful. She has diamonds in her hair, lots of braids, and sometimes she appears and she'll be singing a song. Sometimes it'll be a sad song, sometimes it'll be a happy song, depending on how you feel that day. If you're happy, you'll always get a happy song. So that's Nutmeg Princess.
Well, we are back at the National Stadium in a beautiful St. George's, Grenada. The picture you're seeing on your screen, live pictures. The umpires are out, the batsmen are out, and they are ready to get on with the action. Of course, the batsmen out in the middle, Stephen Nettram and Gian Benjamin. These Saffron strikers need 55 runs of their 60 deliveries, 10 overs, and the lowest total being posted in the tournament came today, 54 for 9, which represents the lowest total by the Cinnamon Pacers. So the Saffron Strikers in a must-win game could not have gotten it any easier for them here today.
Yeah, very much easy peasy for them. Just a basic run rate of 5.5 required means that they have very little to do in terms of striking boundaries and so on.
Well, Larry Edward will pick up the attack, and he's spot on immediately, heading to Stephen Nettram. Nettram and Benjamin would like to, try to eclipse these runs as quickly as possible in the cleanest possible form.
Yeah, it will be really good for them, as we said earlier, just to make sure that their net run rate is in the positive, that they...
Going down the leg side, and he will be penalized with a wide, and they run 1, so that's 2. So the Saffron Strikers are on the board, 2 without loss in over number 1. 4 legal deliveries remaining. Larry Edward picking up the attack first over from the Darbo end.
Yeah, Edward has been bowling really well, bowling pretty tightly. Has been picking up wickets coming to the back end of this stage. Been very economical for his team.
Benjamin is looking to go with him. This is danger here for Gian Benjamin. He's caught. Gian Benjamin looking to go with him over mid-wicket, miscued, and the ball ballooning to mid-on, and an easy catch there. So Gian Benjamin goes without scoring, and are we going to see more drama here at the National Stadium? Gian Benjamin, the first wicket going down for the Saffron Strikers. He's caught in mid-on without scoring.
Yeah, again, really, the spin seemed to be the distraction for the batsman, looking to really power that one. I think it didn't come on to him as quick as he anticipated, playing a little bit too early, and so getting it to mid-on. So they lose another wicket.
Well, a fruited dismissal. Gian Benjamin goes without scoring. He's caught by Matthew of the bowling of Edward, and the Saffron Strikers are 2 for 1.
Yeah, one wonders, can they put enough pressure and really, fight that 54 that they've posted?
Raishon Williams comes in. It looks like Raishon Williams. Yes. Raishon Williams comes in for the Saffron Strikers. Still 3 legal deliveries remaining in this first over. Saffron Strikers losing their first wicket. Gian Benjamin caught at mid-on without scoring, trying to clear the field on the onside, was looking to go over mid-wicket for 6 and was beaten for pace.
For lack of pace.
or a lack of pace.
Yeah, definitely good delivery by Edward. Again, we say he's been bowling pretty well.
The call is catch it, but it's not going to happen. Raishon Williams clears the boundary at mid-on this time, and a clean strike. 6 runs, a power 8 maximum.
Yeah, getting really nicely close to that one and just lifting it. I think the length, it was short enough that he could free the arms. And he's a big, powerful lad, able to strike it really well, making no mistakes.
He's going with him again. More carnage here. Raishon Williams is on the attack. Another power 8 maximum. And he has cleared a wider mid-on this time. Another cracking power 8 maximum.
Yeah, great shot again. Using the faster pace of the delivery and being able to just swing through the line and really getting that one to clear the boundary pretty quickly.
So after the Cinnamon Pacers posted 54 for 9, the Strikers looking to clear this out. He's going with him again, this time along the carpet. He has beaten the infield.
Back up, back up.
One more to the total.
Yeah, good pressure there put on by Ryshawn Williams. I think he's determined to finish this game as quickly as possible. Maybe he's the person that has sat and been given the instruction to go there and try to make sure that the net run rate is high.
So that's the end of over number 1, and at the end of over number 1, the Saffron Strikers in search of 55 are 15 for 1.
Middle, please. Leg, please.
So Che Duncan has been called into the attack. He will come from the River Road end.
Again, Duncan has been bowling pretty well. One recall a huge moment in that game yesterday off his bowling, and he was a bit disappointed that the catch was not taken. Had 3 men surrounding Devon Smith, and yet the catch not being taken. So he was disappointed because I think he was in the mode to win the game for his team.
Last time he's belted him up through the offside, but still can't beat the fielder there. So Ryshawn Williams has made his intentions absolutely and abundantly clear.
Yeah, he's in that mode where he wants to finish this game and finish it quickly. He's not going to hold back.
You heard the sound of the bat coming from the stump's mic there. Heard the sound of it like a cutlass being swiped through the forest.
Yeah, I think had he latched onto that one, it would have disappeared. Putting really good power behind it, but unfortunately, he couldn't really get the connection. That one might have been out the park.
He's closer to him and he slapped him with disdain. This will travel all the way just past the Power 8 maximum signboard for a Power 8 cracking 4. And boy, did he crack it.
Yeah, hitting really powerful. Got across to the off stump and looking to swing through and making really good connection, and it sped away. 1 bounce for 4. So he's definitely in that mode. He's not going to be letting up pressure on the bowler, ensuring that he gets his team closer and closer to that minuscule total.
That's a sweet shot, sweetly, elegantly played through the onside. Another cracking 4. This guy's in good form here today, this Ryshawn Williams.
Yeah, looking really good, nicely whipped, beautiful shot. Just standing nice and tall and whipping it through for the square. And just really a lovely sight to see.
Well, in quick time, these Saffron Strikers has raced to 23 for 1. Williams this time belts it, but only to the man just backward there, and that's a beautiful catch. Well taken on the second attempt. So the wickets are falling. It was a clean strike by Williams, but he only was able to pick out the fielder and a fruiter dismissal.
Yeah, good catch there by Jade. Hit pretty powerfully, and it went to him. He had to reach, and he did really good in terms of getting up there and being able to just push it. I think that was important because it was traveling. It came to him quickly, and he responded really well, taking what he made to be a simple catch.
Oh, this wicket, no doubt, has a lot of drama in it, because earlier on in the afternoon, we saw the Cinnamon Pacers going in and was losing their wickets rather cheaply. 405 48110. It was like a local telephone number. And they managed to get to 54 for 9. And just when you thought that these Saffron strikers would make easy work and light work of it, they still require 32 from 49 deliveries. And that's gettable given the circumstances. But in the second over, they've already lost 2 wickets and they're 23 for 2.
Yeah, again, guys, good wicket for batting. You want to spend time out there. You know, sometimes it's good because it's T10, yes, but you have to still make sure that you spend the time in the middle.
Well, Che Duncan wouldn't mind seeing the back of Ryshawn Williams, but he's looking now at the face of Ryan John. That's another clean, powerful hitter. And immediately he goes with him. 1 bounce into the boundary on the onside for 4, just using the pace of it. And just as we spoke of the clean hitting of Ryan John, he picks up another boundary for his Saffron strikers.
Yeah, really good shot there. Full toss on the legs. Just getting inside of it and lifting it over the man at shot. Fine leg. And easy boundary there for John.
So that's the end of over number 2. And the Cinnamon Pacers under the gun. Because the Saffron strikers, even though they would have lost 2 wickets, they've already gotten to 27, and they're in search of 55.
Yeah, 55, a current run rate of 13. I mean, nothing really in it. Sensible batting gets you home.
Larry Edward is going to finish his second of 2 overs. Nettram is there yet to get off the mark. And he will still remain off the mark. The umpire raises the finger. He made a swipe at it, the faintest of edges, so it appears to be. And what I'm quite sure the bowler Larry Edwards thought was elementary, I think the umpire was just waiting to see if Nettram was going to walk. And when Nettram didn't walk...
Yeah, again, ill-advised shot. Looking to swing that one somewhere through the onside. Not really keeping his eyes on the ball and not really getting close enough to it. The legs seem to be away, you know, he backed away. And instead of crashing to the going to the offside, he tried to pull it through the leg side and really giving away another easy wicket.
27 for 3 now. Stephen Nettram goes caught at the wicket, bowled by Larry Edward without scoring.
Yeah, I think somehow this morning the batters out there just willing to give their hand away. It doesn't seem like anybody wants to remain out there on a good batting wicket to bat. Low total, tricky again. You know, you need to stay and bat and just keep your wickets intact.
Well, Anil Matthew now comes out to join Ryan John. And Ryan John is perched on his bat at the non-striker's end. Anil Matthew will have at least 5 legal deliveries coming towards him. What could have been really suicidal there. Ryan John was well adrift, and had that one hit the stumps, he would have been in some serious deep waters there. A good attempt by Devin Tyson.
Yeah, again, good work by the fielder, John, in no man's land. I think he more or less gave up.
This is straight back past the bowler head, the safest place to hit. 1 bounce just under a foot inside the boundary, and a power 8 cracking 4. So Anil Matthew gets off the mark with a looping shot over the bowler's head, and that's a power 8 cracking 4.
Yeah, good shot, good clean strike. Again, hitting straight, not really looking to do anything different. And he got the right result. Once you play the ball properly, you get results on this wicket.
Again, some dangerous moments here. Ill-advised chances. They want to settle down. Not much time to settle, only 10 overs. but they want to use the opportunity to communicate better. Lack of communication can cause drama, unwanted drama. This time they're more purposeful in their communication. John?
Yeah, I think somehow I am getting the feeling that the instruction is to go get the runs quickly, but you can't get the runs quickly without watching the field and looking, surveying, and making sure that you get the ball in the gaps.
Wait. Run. Over.
So Ryan John playing the more senior role there, taking charge of the situation and calling out to Anil Matthew at the end of 3. The Saffron Strikers are well on course with a run rate 31 for 2, a current run rate of 10 and a third, and what is required is a mere 3 and 3/4. So with a good run rate, 24 runs required from 42 deliveries, there really should be nothing preventing them from getting this. The only thing that will cause them to not get it is ill-advised batting.
Yeah, definitely ill-advised batting will cause them to struggle. But as it stands now, under 4 runs and over is a pretty simple task.
Jelani George has been asked to pick up the attack. This wicket obviously has a lot of movement in it for the spin bowler. And once the spin bowler gives it some flight, it does in fact show that it has the tendency to grip nice and turn.
Yeah, good start by George. Will want to make sure that he bowls well. He's bowling to Ryan John, who
wishful thinking there by the captain. That's Delroy. It's wishful thinking. Nothing there. Desron Maloney. He's the captain of the Cinnamon Pacers. He's really hoping for a miracle there from the umpire.
That's it.
Yeah, false start there by George. He would want to get that wicket. That would be a big wicket for him.
Run out! Hey, that one here pass through.
I know if he was to get John there, John would not stop here about it, because they more or less live right there, you know.
So they're neighbors.
Yeah, they're actually relatives.
Oh, okay. Well, they're closer than neighbors. They're relatives. So a lot of bragging rights there, according to Clyde. A lot of bragging rights up for grabs here in this one. And this could be danger here. There's some mix-up here, and just for a brief moment, Ryan John's wicket was hanging in the balance, but he lives on. He's batting like a cat with 9 lives.
Yeah, something about the running between John and Matthew is not clicking at this moment. They need to settle in.
It's time he has settled, but lifting it into the onside, just one. 33 for 3, the Saffron Strikers. Still inside the power play.
Run out! Jelani, you want to fight ball?
So they've been comfortable to just rotate the strike and pick up the ones where there are ones.
Yeah, not a bad over by George, but again, the rate's so simple that you can't just strike it around, pick up the ones, and you have an easy opportunity to win the game.
Whether or not they'll be contented with that, well, that's a different story. The umpire signaling the end of the power play, and so now the field can be spread. Desron Maloney has the option of spreading the field and trying to stem the flow of runs as best as he can. In the meantime, Jade Matthew has been called into the attack from the Dabo end. He's been asked to perform something spectacular with the ball here now. He would love to pick up 2 wickets. Picking up 2 or 3 wickets in his spell could change the dynamics of things, especially if he gets it in this over.
Yeah, it could. Could put a bit of pressure on the Saffron strikers, who at the moment are just relaxed and really enjoying, you know, the hard work that they put in the field.
When he's heading to Ryan John, who's under pressure? Is it Matthew or is it John?
I think it would be Matthew under pressure. You only have 54 to defend, and you always against it when you have small totals like these. But if he can prize the wicket, then that's a different thing.
21 runs needed. It can all come in 1 over. Oh, that's a tempting delivery outside the off stump there. And John nowhere near it, but he was literally begging for the edge.
Yeah, again, pitching and moving away from John, who just, I think, was just looking to get close to it and push it through the gap. But really, it challenged the outside edge.
This time he's to the pitch of it and strikes it nicely, cleanly beating the fielder. So Ryan John has picked up the momentum here, slapping him through the offside. So Jade Matthew gets the punishment, 4 runs.
Yeah, again, John just coming down the wicket, you know, really getting close to it. I think not really as quick as maybe Jade would really want to be bowling, but John able to get down there and place it nicely. Was powerfully hit though.
Surely he's going to be penalized by the umpire here, of course. So these Cinnamon Pacers cannot afford extra runs, so they want to make sure and keep it tight. The extras column has been activated again. It's gone up to 4. No, it's on 3. 3 extras so far. Jade Matthew heading to Ryan John. Good cricketing shot by Ryan John. Just dabbing him through the offside. 1.
Yeah, John really, as someone who, you know, can really play the game and play well. At times he may play some rash shots, but generally he's in good command of his skill. And batting is one of his skill, bowling is one of his skill. A pretty all-round player and knows what to do. And so I think he would just guide Matthew here. They should not lose any further wickets with the pair out there. And once they continue to play sensibly, easy victory for them.
It's a slower delivery. Well disguised. Good bowling.
Yeah, Matthew just taking the piece off again. You know, Anil Matthew doing the right thing by just, you know, coming forward and just leaving it there. You have time. You have enough deliveries. No need to rush.
Driven, can't beat the infield. The captain is there. On his birthday, Captain Desron Maloney of the Cinnamon Pacers didn't get among the runs today. Very disappointing. Had the opportunity to give himself his own birthday gift. Surely this it's a very long over from Jade Matthew.
Yeah, trying to tempt Anil Matthew to go after him. But at this stage, there's no real temptation there.
Again, he's right there in the... He was really close. Think he was close enough to get away with that. from the umpire. So at the end of over number 5, the Saffron Strikers are 41 for 3. They still require 14 from 30 deliveries.
Yeah, a lot can happen in this game, but as it stands now, one would expect that the Saffron Strikers are, just going to be sensible about it and make sure that they don't lose any further wicket and really pick up the 1s and 2s and get themselves home. But again, we've seen that at times, batsmen have different ideas.
So Jelani George will continue from the River Road end.
Guys, I want to the first time.
Come on, Taisu.
Could one?
Watch this, watch. 5 minutes. Which is? Oh. One man come inside. Watch it go away. Catch it!
The call is catch, but it was too hot for the bowler to handle. Even the umpire needed to take some evasive actions there.
Yeah, you look at it, full toss and slow to react a bit there. George trying to grab maybe the tail. Really came back powerfully to him. Okay, good delivery. Seemed to be on point there, Jason.
I was about to say good dancing skills by the umpire. Yeah, that's well played. The call is 1. They will only be 1, or they changed their mind. They came back for a second. A bit of fumbling there out in the deep, so the 2 is always on. We've gotten to an even 10 now required. All the way straight down the ground and into the boundary. A power aid cracking 4. So the requirements has now moved to single digits. 6 runs needed. It's a good cricketing shot there.
Yeah, all the basics correct. Got close to it, swung the bat through the line nicely. Making sure that he presented the full face. Got it done quickly and into the boundary.
Oh, it could end here now. Call is too early, and they will get 2. So that's the end of the Jelani George over. That's the end of his spell. And at the end of 6, the Saffron Strikers are 51 for 3, searching for 55. 4 runs needed, and they've got 24 deliveries to try and get there. Surely it's robotic now. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen, and I don't think there's anything to stop it now. It's just a matter of how many deliveries before it's all over.
So Devin Tyson has been called upon to bowl this over, and over that he will try to restrict the Saffron Strikers because they only require 4 runs for victory. The Saffron Strikers coming in today in what was a must-win game for them, and they really jumped on it from the very beginning because they were able to skittle that out the Cinnamon Pacers for 54 for 9, and they en route to that target have lost 3 wickets already, and they just now require 4 runs to victory, and that will send them up the table. These Saffron Strikers, it will send them up the table to third position. Just the one taken, 3 runs needed. So the Saffron Strikers will move from 6 points to 8 points, and that will place them in third position. Remember, teams now battling for the top 4 positions, with tomorrow being the final day of the first round competition. The Saffron Strikers winning this game here would assert themselves of a sure place in the top 4 moving forward. Whether they would place third or fourth, well, that would depend on the other game this afternoon, but for sure they will be in the top 4.
Yeah, that would be a position that they will, be happy about. They've played some good cricket. They've played, pretty decently. I think there are games where, they knew that they could have done better, and maybe the result didn't go the way that they wanted it to. But generally, they are a good, powerful team, all-around players. They're looking good to post a challenge for the cup.
Clearly, Ryan John was looking to end it all there, but Tyson saw him coming and just held it back a little bit. Good, smart bowling by Tyson. He's trying to prevent the inevitable, but he's only going to hold it off for so long. 2 runs required, 21 deliveries to get there. Surely, that's it. If they complete this single here, that's it, because the umpire signal wide and the batsmen cross. So that's the 2 they needed, and they will get it. That's the end of it. The Saffron Strikers beating the Cinnamon Pacers in a very low-scoring encounter. They were heading to 55. They got to 55, and the score 55 for 3. They now realize it's the end. 55 for 3. So that's the end of match number 1 on match day number 11. The Cinnamon Pacers going down to the Saffron Strikers. The Saffron Strikers, in a must-win game, really came out all guns blazing in the field. They won the toss and sent in the Cinnamon Pacers to bat, and they were really dominant in the field against these Cinnamon Pacers, getting them all out for 54 in a very low-scoring encounter. Nobody in the Cinnamon Pacers, not a batsman in the Cinnamon Pacers, got to double digits.
Yeah, really poor effort there by the Cinnamon Pacers. I think they didn't really help their cause. But saying that, I think the Saffron Strikers from the first over really put pressure on the Cinnamon Pacers, never really gave them an opportunity to breathe. And so they were able to just strangle them out for the lowest total in the tournament so far for the 3rd edition. And definitely a good win for them. They, again, stuttered with their start, but eventually, the good sense prevailed, and they were able to, just make light work of this.
Well, the Cinnamon Pacers would remain at the bottom of the table. The Saffron Strikers, in the meantime, they win this match by 7 wickets, which means they will jump up the points table now to 8 points in 3rd position, putting them right behind the Nutmeg Warriors, who are on 9, and the Bay Leaf Blasters on 10. But the Nutmeg Warriors, they will play in game number 2 today, coming up against the Clove Challengers. They would want to make sure and secure a win here. The Clove Challengers, because the Clove Challengers, who are currently sitting in 4th, they've got 2 really strong games ahead of them. One of them, of course, being the Nutmeg Warriors today, and then the Ginger Generals tomorrow. So the Clove Challengers really up against it. They, too, are in a technically must-win position.
Yeah, must win. They want to make sure that they, secure themselves in the top 4. Give them an opportunity to maybe play one of the eliminating games. What they will want to do is just to really bring their all-round game. I think they also have a nice balanced team. Once they play an all-round game, they should be able to, really challenge the Nutmeg Warriors, who we've seen has a powerful lineup in terms of their batting, but have been pretty ordinary every now and again, so nobody would want to be too complacent in that game, but it's more that the Clove challengers will really want to secure, themselves an opportunity for the top 4 by winning today and repeating the action come tomorrow.
All right, well, Clove challengers on the corner of your screen there in red, getting ready for their warm-up action. The match is scheduled to start at 2:30, so that's just about an hour from now. We will be coming back to the National Stadium for the start of match number 2. Nutmeg Warriors and Clove Challengers. Clove Challengers really needing to win. Kerry is making a move because we've got the Powerade presentation ceremony that's coming up in just a brief moment. But from all indications, it seems as though the Bay Leaf Blasters and the Nutmeg Warriors, they have cemented their place inside the top 4. And so too now, the Saffron Strikers.
Yeah, again, they wanted to make sure that they got themselves into that position as early as possible. The Nutmeg Warriors, they really don't have much to do. If they win this game, it could put them, just a bit further ahead of the Bay Leaf Blasters, but really not really anything that would make a difference in terms of who plays who or who challenges who. All that is necessary is good cricket from here on in, because this is the business and this is where it all matters. You could have a bad or poor round, but once you get to the business end, it means that you need to make sure that your business is fixed.
All right. Well, Daryl Cyrus, the captain, is there for the Saffron Strikers. He had some really good bowling figures. I'm quite sure he might be voted the most economical bowler of the day. I think he had an economy rate of 2 and picking up just about 3 wickets from his 2 overs, scoring just 4 runs coming off his 2 overs. So really good bowling there by the captain of the Saffron Strikers, Daryl Cyrus. Kerry is down on the ground, and Kerry is ready for us with the post-match ceremony in match number 1, the Cinnamon Pacers and the Saffron Strikers. Kerry, it's yours. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Jason. We'd like to recognize the outstanding performers. The Powerade best economy rate goes to Daryl Cyrus for his 2 wickets for 2 runs. Well done, bowl Daryl Cyrus. And then we would present first up to the top striker, Powerade top striker in the match. The award goes to Raishon Williams, a noted 6-hitter in the tournament. He would have hit 3 sixes. And he's also a judge, the player of the match for his all-round performance with both bat and ball. And he'll receive his award from Keisha Holas. Raishon, just a few words before you go. Must be happy with your team's performance today. A victory ensure you guys are into the next round of the tournament.
Yeah, it feels good to win this game. We were under a bit of pressure going into this game because it was a must-win game. So the guys stepped up to the plate and we won the game.
It has been a bit ups and downs for you guys during the group's first round of the tournament. Started off well, lost some matches in the middle, but you won 2 important matches towards the back end of the group stage. Does that reflect the sort of character that exists within the team?
Yeah, it just shows the quality of the team. We have a lot of depth in our batting and our bowling, so we are confident going into the playoffs and hopefully the finals.
All right, actually you just preempted my next question, talking about your chances. As you shown, you're dangerous in both aspects of the game, and I'm sure that the guys must be confident that they can go all the way.
Yeah, for sure. We came to win. That's what we're here for, so we always got confidence that we're going into the finals and winning.
All right, also the first Barbadian player to participate in the Spicel T10 tournament, must be a bit of pressure on you to perform.
Nah, there's no pressure. I just came here to do my thing. All the other things on the sidelines I don't really worry about.
All right, well, Raishon, congratulations on the performance today and all the best to the rest of the tournament.
All right, thank you.
All right, so Jason, that was it from the presentation ceremony. Victory to Saffron Strikers.
Well, a very confident and business-like Raishon Williams there. He's just here to do his thing and give his team the best chance, and ain't no better way to say it. That pulls the curtains down for the moment here. We've got just about 45 minutes before the start of match number 2. We'll hope you'll join us then. On behalf of Clyde, Rondell, John, Rafael Crony has just walked in to join us. He's going to be with us during the course of the afternoon for match number 2. So join us as we get closer to match number 2, which is scheduled to start at 2:30. We will be here from about 2:15, 2:20 to carry you through the paces just before the first ball is bowled. The Clove Challengers coming up against the Nutmeg Warriors, the Challengers in a technical must-win situation here this afternoon. This one's going to be interesting. Join us then.